What were you doing driving that fast with my daughter in the car?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the #1 place for nonsense on YouTube. It's Stacie D and the Yeti, and today we're talking about some real life stuff. That's why we're in the van, am I right?
You are right.
Before we get too far into that, make sure you guys hit subscribe, hit follow, hit the notifications. Make sure you're following us all over the place, Twitter and Instagram and all that other bull crap, because that's what we're doing, winning the interweb. So, you want to tell them what we're talking about today?
So today we had an unfortunate run-in
With the fuzz.
With the fuzz.
The 5-0.
The road parts.
The one time. Is
The
that what they say on the Fast and Furious? So that's what
we're
talking
about
today.
we were had. It was unfair and unjust.
What was it, our first time?
No.
Ha! So we want to tell you guys a little story. You know, I'm a storyteller, so that's what I do. So I'm out here, and I was like, you know what? This is a Stacie D and the Yeti moment because I got a speeding ticket today, and it was with her riding shotgun. The last time I got a speeding ticket was with her riding shotgun 20 years ago.
Sure was.
What is your friggin' problem?
You know what? If you just weren't in such a hurry to get places.
So listen, so today we were cruising around. We went over to some family's house, picked up this old lawnmower. You guys know I like to fix and flip things. And then we were cruising over to my sister's house. No big deal. Strolling the country. We took roads that we've taken before. We knew they were beautiful. Popped over a hill, didn't see the flashing lights, that it was a school zone. And I was following a whole line of people going the same speed as me, but I'm the turtle in the back. Pow! And they pulled me over for speeding in a school zone, which... there's no argument there, guys. Apparently, if that light's flashing, then I was speeding. But if the lights weren't on, I was going the speed limit, right? It's a technicality, and I completely missed it. I am at fault. No argument.
Yeah, my comment about being unjust is it.
Yeah, it's not even like that. So we pulled down this
missed it.
hill. Yeah, we pulled down this hill in front of the school. It just happens to be Stacie D's old elementary school. We're like, hey, old school, no big deal. The next thing you know, boom, we look over, and there's a cop. And he's on a motorcycle, and he pulls out behind us, and... he pulls me over into this little neighborhood, comes up there. I'm telling you what, he gave me the old wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. He pulled me over, wrote me a ticket, sent me on my way in 7 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a huge blessing that it was so quick, right? Because they can camp you out at a traffic stop.
It could have been a long time.
It could have been crazy. My theory is, I mean, the Lord was with us, but my theory totally was that he just had more tickets to disperse that day and had to get back at his post.
He had to get on the job. But that's one story. Let me tell you about the other story. The real story was that when we were just young, wee babies, and now this is the juice that you came for. When we were just young babies, teenagers, I was still living with my parents. She was still living with her parents. We lived about 20 minutes apart, and we had a time limit. She had a curfew. We had to get her home. The only problem is that Miss Thing over here has got a taste for the finer things.
Wow.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Finer Things. I bust that right out there. So she's like, listen, I know we're not at your parents' house. We're not at my parents' house either, but I'm going to need a kiss. And I'm like, you're going to need a kiss? All right. I mean, who am I to argue? Am I right? So,
I can't believe you're writing this whole story out on the internet. My mom's going to watch this.
She's going to watch it. She's going to know.
And
so I pull over for this kiss, right? Because I'm in. Because I'm going to marry her. I know this is what's up. And she's all romantical and stuff. So anyway, it's just a harmless little event. Roadside event, no big deal. But we noticed that the time had escaped us. It escaped us. Somehow, a whole bunch of time had passed. Anyway.
There had been played. I'm not helping, am I?
Anyway, we know that if she busted curfew, that it was very forgivable. There was a lot of grace. Her parents are loving, kind people because they're going to watch this video and they need to know that it's very kind.
Yeah.
So we get there and it was like, okay, well, why are you late? I got a speeding ticket. How fast were you going? And I told him, as honest, right? I was going 85 into 65. Because I didn't know any better, because I was a punk teenager kid, I've got my Dodge Ram on slant sticks humming down this highway. It was no big deal. And this guy looking like Chris Farley pulled us over. I heard the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life, right?
Yep.
What were you doing going that fast with my daughter in the car?
What were you doing driving that fast with my daughter in the car?
Oh, geez, man, I'm telling you what, my manhood shriveled up, tucked up somewhere behind my kidneys, my butt puckered. I didn't know what to do. My beard shriveled, the little beard that I had. There was nothing I could do. This is it. This man's going to kill me, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of that story. But it was kind of funny. Let's fast forward a few years. We were married for a little while, and they were driving out of state. He gets pulled over, speeding. So naturally, what do? I said, "What are you doing going that fast with my mother-in-law in the car?" So it was pretty funny. But I'm telling you what, I think this woman just likes to get me in trouble.
That's not true.
Yeah. So it was definitely speeding. And you know, guys, with Stacie and the Yeti, we're sharing with you real life, real time. And it was so funny that the events of today almost matched the events before, except this time it wasn't romantic. There was 3 kids in the car, and I was hauling a trailer with a lawnmower on it. I mean, the circumstances were pretty different, but you know what? She was still with me, and therefore, I believe the fault.
What?
Who do you think's at fault here?
Listen, it's not me because I wasn't the one, causing us to go faster than normal. We weren't even trying to get somewhere in a super speedy time, and technically
The first time or the last time?
this past time.
Oh, this time. Okay.
This time. No, and the first time's not my fault either.
What?
Because, you are older, so you should have been a little more responsible. At this point in our relationship, I didn't even have my own
Stupid
license.
teenagers, and I'm responsible?
Yeah, well, somebody has to be.
Ah.
And then I didn't even have a license. How do I know what speed limits are?
You hear this bull crap? Anyway, guys, this is just our real life on film for you, sharing things, challenges, and whatever. We'll probably have some fun thumbnail for this and some name for it. It'll probably be clickbait, and it's a lot of fun, guys. But we thank you guys for all the support you've shown our channel so far. Again, make sure you hit subscribe and hit follow and keep up with what's going on. Tad Splat.
Cat splat.
What were you doing driving that fast with my daughter in the car? Mister?
Okay.